We're here with Khyle Diaz, a professional basketball player in London for the London Greenhouse Pioneers. Kyle, welcome. Thank you for doing this interview with us.
Thanks for having me.
The first thing that we wanted to ask you is for you to briefly talk about your basketball path. I'm sure you've been playing since a younger age. So, how have you learned? How have you developed into being the basketball player and to the level that you're at now?
Actually, for me, I didn't really start at that young of an age. I played baseball until I was 13, and then I saw the Heat in 2006. They won the championship, and I was like, man, forget baseball. I'm gonna start playing basketball. So I just started going to the gym every day, training. But I was a little fat kid from when I played baseball, so I would just shoot and shoot and shoot. I wouldn't drive to the basket. I didn't have anybody to rebound for me, so I would just shoot. And there were days I remember in high school, my freshman year, I had bad grades, which is not good. I'm not suggesting to do that, but I had bad grades because I would go to the gym and make 500 shots a day because I was so far behind everyone else that that's what I had to do to catch up. Starting at 13, so instead of doing my homework, I'd be at the gym. Obviously, I turned that around, but for me, this has been a different path than most people, I would say.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The fact that you started so late and still at this point, it shows no matter what, just to keep going because 500 shots a day at 14, not many people are trying to get on that. And so we also saw that you took off your senior year. Was that a similar situation, or what went on with that?
So but my freshman year I didn't play because I had bad grades. I think I was still allowed to play the first half, but my mom wasn't gonna let me play with the grades I had. I played my sophomore year, and then junior year coming in, we got a new coach. And I remember I said I was chubbier when I was younger. I lost like 30 pounds. I came into the season. I was trying to play guard because I was playing big man on JV, but I knew to play college I had to lose weight and get in shape. So then I got in shape, but then I played my junior year in varsity, but I didn't really play. Like, to be honest, in my varsity career, I played maybe 7, 8 games. I scored 2 points in varsity, my varsity career. I hit one shot against Cardinal Gibbons. I remember the game.
That's
And
crazy.
and then yeah, going into my senior year, me and the coach weren't really getting along, and then I was just doing stupid stuff. I started playing football for a little bit. I was like, I'm just gonna play football instead, and then I was going back and forth. I was just stupid at the time, so me and the coach got into it. Not like a fight or anything, but we just weren't getting along, and I was kicked off the team, so I didn't play, and then I took a couple years off after that.
So after taking that time off, and obviously you're a hard worker, having started basketball late in general, and then taking all those shots every day, even losing 30 pounds, that's something serious. So how did you use that to then get into the college game, and how did you use your college experiences to go overseas?
So when I was playing in high school, I met a guy, Ron Perry, the shot doctor. He came to one of my practices for my travel team that I was with, and he always told me, he's like, "Oh, I like the way you shoot. Like, I can tell you have a good shot." So he would talk to me. So I would call him every once in a while, and then one time he reached out to me after after high school. I didn't play because obviously there was nowhere I could play without. I didn't have any film or anything like that. I went to Broward College, and I tried out for the team, but I dropped a math class. I didn't have enough credits to play. So then I was like thinking maybe I'm just not gonna play. I'm just gonna go to FIU or something. I applied to FIU. I got accepted and everything. And then Ron Perry reached out to me. He told me I know about a showcase. If you still want to play, you have a good shot. Like, you should look into it. So I was like, I'll give it one more chance. And I went to the showcase, and I played really well. And a couple schools came up to me. Not anything big. It was a couple NAI schools like Ave Maria and Weber International, and as well as the school I ended up going to, Trinity College of Florida. It's a D2, but it's a Christian school. It's not in the regular D2 league. Um, so yeah, that's how I ended up getting to play college.
And then for that showcase after college, was it when you were playing college, was the end goal to go on and be professional? And was the thought of overseas, was that going through your mind, or was it just you want to stay domestic for your post college basketball career?
Oh no, yeah, for me that was always something I wanted to do. I know I wasn't coming from where I came from, I wasn't in the best position to do it, but I feel like I had a chip on my shoulder the whole time because a lot of people didn't believe in me, and I was like, let's say there are a group of people that would hang out, and they're all the guys that have played basketball together since they were kids. I would hang out with my own friends, and then I would still come play basketball. Like I wasn't part of the basketball. Yeah, I wasn't part of the basketball group. So every time anybody doubted me, I would like. I used to use it as like fuel to my fire. Like I remember in high school, if I didn't play in a game, my dad has a picture. I was on varsity, but I didn't play. I came home and I worked out. There's a picture of me working out until like 3 in the morning. I mean, I don't do that anymore. I wish I did, but I used to use that fire, and I was like, no, I'm gonna play pro. I want to prove everyone wrong. That was my motivation at the time.
No, having that motivation and that chip on your shoulder definitely, I'm sure, elevated your game to new heights.
That's a Mamba mentality. Working out till 3 a.m. in high school, that's definitely Mamba mentality. Like, nah, you can't tell me how good I am. I'm going to show you how good I am.
All right.
So I was going to ask, obviously now you're playing in London and you've been balling over there, especially over the last 9 games. You're actually shooting a higher three-point percentage than field goal percentage, which is pretty rare, I would say. What do you think is the biggest difference in your game now compared to your game from your earlier stages like high school, college, as a result of all that work?
I think the big thing is confidence because like I said, I started playing late, so I had less in game. Like did a lot of drills and I did a lot of catching and shooting by myself, but I didn't really play that many games as a guard. So in college, there were times I'd be scared to dribble. I'd be like, I know I'm good at shooting, so let me shoot. That's the only way to get in the rotation. Or I I I I just prided myself on working hard. Like I said, from starting from a young age, it was because I didn't play at a young age. For me, I didn't have that many in-game reps, and you need that. You can't just dribble against cones or just put up shots by yourself. So I would get into games and I'd be scared, like, oh, I can't mess up. And I know I tell myself like like it's okay, you can, but then in the come game time, it's a different story. And I would hesitate. There were times where even to this day, I feel like I overthink too much. So there'd be games in college where I think to myself like, all right, I just missed 2 threes. I have to make the next one. If I don't make the next one, I'm gonna come out the game. But you can't make shots thinking like that. So for me, with my team in London, being the American, the import, because we're only allowed one import on the team, I know that my coach is gonna let me play. I'm gonna play 30 plus minutes. So I guess from that, I'm like, I'm not scared to shoot. I have the confidence, like, you know what, I put in work, I worked in my game, and I just go in and I play.
So now you played high school here as well as college here. So what would you say is the biggest difference stylistically in the game of play, like over in the UK versus the United States?
A lot more ball movement. It's like the European thing that they say. But I mean, UK is not known for basketball. They kind of play like Americans to a certain extent, some teams. But my coach, he played in Serbia, he played in Germany, he played in Spain. He's played all over. He's played at a high level before he became a coach. I think he just moved to London for his family or something. But he still prides himself on that. So we play like I come off of 3 ball screens, or I come off of they said I curl off of 2 screens. I'll get it, dribble, handoff, drive and kick, or relocate. I'm always moving. In my college offense, we played literally like the Warriors. I mean, not the Warriors, like the Rockets. Actually, the coach that recruited me to my school is Nevada Smith. He's currently the D League coach for the Heat right now. He left my school to go be the D League coach for the Rockets because they play the same exact style, where we have Harden and 4 people around him.
Yep.
So in college, I would stand in the corner and I would shoot threes, but I wasn't moving, and I'm thinking like, all right, I'm not touching the ball often. Once I touch it, I have to make the shot. Now in this, I come off of 2 screens. I have the shot. If I don't have the shot, I swing it. We make 5, 6 passes per possession. And with me, the way I've been shooting, sometimes teams over there they'll go zone, but I'll shoot I'll shoot it from deep, like way past the 3-point line. So then I bring people out to me, and then I just pass it to my big, who'll pass it to another big, and the next thing you know, I'll have a wide open 3. So I think that's way different because like even yesterday I was playing pickup and there were a bunch of guys that they can play like people going between the legs, dunking, people doing all this crazy stuff, but they're over dribbling or they're making the wrong decisions. Obviously, if you can find someone that has that type of athleticism and put it together with the smart players like in Europe, you'd have like the best player. But yeah, those are the main differences I'd say. Over there is more of a mental game. I feel like I train more here and I'm in better shape when I'm here, but I feel like I'm better right now, even if I'm not in as good shape, because I feel like my mental game has gone up way better, like has improved a lot, and I feel like basketball is a mental thing, you know?
Yeah.
No, definitely. Basketball is a game of chess. It's been described like that frequently. Last question, and this might be a little tough one. What is your favorite basketball memory at any level, on any team? What's your favorite basketball memory?
I would say Maybe my my senior year. Actually, my senior, the last game of my college career, we lost actually, so it shouldn't be my favorite memory. But I broke the record for threes. I hit 9 threes in the game. And it was a good way to go out. Besides the loss, that one, or because the thing is, my mom doesn't usually come to my games, but my parents came. It was the senior night, so they were there. So it was good for my mom to see me play. And also, there was another game I remember. I want to say my junior year in college, where, like I said, I wasn't playing. Like I played, but not that much until my senior year. In my junior year, I had one game where I went off. I think I had like 6 threes in the first half, and I made all tournament team for the tournament that we were in, and my dad was there, so that was something that was cool for me too. I hope I have better stuff next time you interview me. But
That's awesome, Kyle. Thank you again for allowing us to interview, and we wish you nothing but the best going forward.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, we do hope the best for you. I mean, the man's shooting 49 from three, 48 from the field. I don't really know how much more he could do, but the boy balling. But just keep it coming, baby.
Yeah, definitely. We look forward to seeing your stories in the future, man.
thank you. I appreciate you having me anytime.